Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in the club meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. And yeah, when we last left off, I just started episode 41. That's the 5th episode of season 4. And thanks, Dear Elements. And yeah, what was going on? Yeah, we got some Sayuri backstory. Like found out that her mom died. Well, I found out how her mom died. Apparently died a hero fighting a fire, trying to save a kid from a burning building and a dog. it's it feels a little cruel to call it cliche or something, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess Dev didn't want to give Sayuri's mom like some quiet, painful backstory or something. It's just more, I don't know, more loud, painful, I guess. I don't know. It yeah, and I had some lengthy complaints about uh, and Crazy Kale's here, Dev's here. I mean, how's the hand? It's troublesome. It continues to be troublesome. It continues to preoccupy me, to dominate my perception of the world. I don't know. I lately, like the past couple of days in particular, I feel like there is no position I can put it in that is comfortable, which is a nuisance. Not fun enough before you know it. Hopefully. I mean, it's been 2 weeks. They said 5 weeks, and it's one of those things. Now I'm thinking like, did he mean 5 weeks from the time of the injury, or 5 weeks from the time that the new fiberglass cast got put on? Because they initially put me in a plaster cast for the first 4 days, like as a temporary thing. Incidentally, this may look like it's just fabric, but it is actually solid. It is completely rigid. Like I can't move my wrist or my thumb. It's yeah, it does like suitably immobilize things here. Yeah, the injury, it isn't painful. It's just the cast itself is what's the source of the discomfort. BRB gonna walk a dog for? Fair enough. Yeah, I've got an ad break coming up, so I'm just killing time before I actually start up the actual mod. Actually, just exit Discord here. Boink, boink. There we go. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it elevated so it doesn't you know, so like blood doesn't pool in it, like it doesn't doesn't cause it, cause swelling, due to gravity and so on. But at some point it gets tired, and I try to set it down, and then I started feeling this itchy, irritated feeling on the surface of my skin underneath the cast. And at first I was thinking like maybe that's just a natural thing. That's part of the part of having a cast. I haven't had a cast on before, so I don't really know. But I find it seems to alleviate it when I raise it again. I think what's happening is it's swelling up. Like when I lower it, gravity is causing blood to pool there, and it swells up, and then it presses against the surface of the cast. Yeah, having it elevated seems to help. But the past couple of days, I don't know, like I can't find a comfortable position. Like shoulder muscles are sore from holding it up, and then it isn't even consistently alleviating the other symptoms. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I should call the fracture clinic and at the hospital and see if there's something that can be done. I don't know. So it's like one of those things. I don't know if should I just tough it out, or maybe I'm suffering needlessly, and there's something simple that can be done to help alleviate it. I don't know. In any case, yeah, ad break is not, the notification for the ad break is not showing here. Can I refresh this page and have that display, perhaps? There it is. 1 minute and 20 seconds till ad break. There we go. And this thing can go away too. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to the mod though. Yeah, like we just stuff was happening. We saved just before the actual club meeting proper. Before that, yeah, there was the backstory moment with Sairi's mom. I made the comment that it feels like it undercuts MC's character development. That he apparently toddled out of the womb as a hero and saved Sairi's life as well. At age what, 3 or 4? Um, it feels like it undercuts his character development to me. Because you know, I was pretty pleased with this mod for having him go from, the generic nondescript VN protagonist to a fully realized character and one who's willing to go out of his way to help Sairi. And having toddler MC save Sairi just feels a little weird to me, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just, I don't know. It just the whole hero MC bit. I guess what it is like up to this point, it's felt earned. I guess that's what it is, because like his it felt like his character development. It felt earned because it developed over time, whereas having him be a born hero just I don't know, it just feels cliche and overdone. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. But whatever. We'll see where it goes. And the other thing that happened was Monika had a meeting with Ryan, and interesting thing. Like Sairi's making a big deal about it being a date or whatever, and like the subtext of the whole thing is that the rest of the club, like all 4 other members of the club, was arranged for Monika to run into Ryan that night, as part of Natsuki's scheme, like to get them to meet and stuff. So it's yeah, I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go. Like, presumably they're trying to help Monika get over her obsession with the player by having her meet someone. I'm not sure exactly why they landed on Ryan as for this person, aside from, I don't know, was he just a convenient target or what? Who knows? Maybe there's more going on behind the scenes. But yeah, I don't know. It does raise questions of, like why is Monika obsessed with the player in the first place? I mean, she just rationalized it, so to speak, by saying that, she rationalizes it by not rationalizing it. She just says, I know it's irrational, but I love them anyway. I mean, like, in the context of the original game, like, from Monika's perspective, the player's the only person that's like actually real in her life, whereas everyone is like pre-programmed constructs or whatever, and she's trying to hold on to anything that gives her life meaning. But in the context of this mod, I mean, we're like, we've established that there's this fully formed simulation, like simulated environment, simulated world, with fully realized characters in it. And if that's real enough for Monika, then like she's it's apparently considered real enough to be worth like breaking the time loop and all that, and moving on to college and trying to establish a career and stuff, and like live a life. So Maybe Ryan provides some sufficient amount of companionship for her. I don't know. That like where does this end? Are they going to bring Ryan into the club or into the knowing about the nature of the simulation and so on? Who knows? The ad break is finished though, so yes, think about this catch of just thanks, great. Welcome to the stream. Serious Pest came home in the middle. So, yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's load this up and move right along. Sorry, what's pretty good? Okay, yeah, so we just had the meeting between Sayuri and Monika at Monika's place, and they were talking about the going on dates with cute boys. Yeah, moving right along. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Dystopian fiction is hit or miss for me, but it is one of the classics. I am glad you're enjoying it. What classic could they be referring to? I mean, lots of dystopian fiction out there. I'm not sure that enjoying is the right word, maybe. It's pretty grim, but it's good. It's certainly a classic. I'm guessing it doesn't have a happy ending. ... You know, in a way, it does. Winston and Big Brother are reconciled. Oh, we're talking about 1984 now. Okay. That's a classic indeed. Reconciled is a word you can describe to a word you could use to describe Winston's resolution there. Yeah, 2 + 2 = 5, etc. Anyway, very easy to analyze that as being arguably a happy ending. I mean, if someone's brainwashed into feeling happy, does that make it happy? Wait, did I spoil the ending? Oh well. Anyway. Oops. My mouse is acting up. Anyway. That doesn't sound too encouraging. Know someone who has a valuable opinion on this? Oh yeah? What, are you bringing someone onto into chat here or something? Turns out recently became an interloper TLD. Cool. 170-day+ run? Wow. An interloper? Very cool. I think my personal best is in the, like 200-day range, so you're catching up. Dakota Cougar, all the goods. Very nice. Hey, that's something I haven't done. Double bear coat and the cougar hide wrap, and that cougar knife's going so well. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm unable to play TLD until this thing heals, but I do hope to come back to that at some point. I mean, theoretically, after my wrist heals, I'd like to finish. I'd like to finish Silk Song, and after that, I'd like to come back to TLD. I actually had an exchange with. Remember Fart Knuckle, the YouTuber who was doing that interloper noob run. I was chatting with him in the comments of one of his videos, and he basically said, like, "I'll try misery if you will," and I was like, "That sounds like a challenge." And so yeah, I feel obligated to attempt misery mode, the actual highest, the higher difficulty level than interloper. Once I'm better. We'll see. Anyway, moving right along. That doesn't sound too encouraging. It isn't. That's always been the problem with dystopian fiction like that for me. It's very easy to tell who's supposed to be evil and who's supposed to be good. That might have some uses, like as a benchmark if our own society drifts too close to what was formerly lampooned as obvious evil. The whole literally 1984 thing, that phrase has been used a lot in recent years. Having a controlling oppressive state who, Big Brother's watching you, watching and controlling everything you do. Anyway. Yes, exactly. But really, I think if something dystopian truly comes, it will just be different. Yeah. That's a lot can be said about that. A lot has been said about that. Like, um, the fact that oh, what's this? Hold on. Are you just getting over a cold? I only asked because your voice deeper beat has a different timbre than I'm used to. Sounds great though. So you take on misery here. Well, I been having difficult sleep, and I just got up from a nap, so that could contribute to my voice setting deeper. Something dystopian truly becomes Yuri, it'll just be disappointingly mundane and stupid. I mean, that's one way to put it. Um, like, I mean, our current state, like, I mean, I'm in Canada, so this is slightly more academic to me than for people in the U.S., but the U.S. has been doing a bit of a rapid slide into fascism in recent years. Um, like, you got like they're on a level where people are being disappeared in the streets, rounded up and putting in super prisons. Um, and you know, some people are resisting that. Um, but it's hard to say how much. I don't know. It's some scary stuff going on down there. And you know, laws being passed to strip people of their rights. It's lots of really unfortunate stuff. It's the kind of thing you read about in history books and think, wow, we're so glad that we're you know, we're in more modern enlightened times where that stuff doesn't happen, and yeah, it's happening again. uh, be one thing if some evil mastermind were disappearing people, it's another that an incredible idiot and a cult of people who worship stupidity and proximity to power is doing it. Yeah, that's the other part of it. The the whole trying to the whole anti-science and anti-intellectual aspect of it is depressing as well. Very Orwellian is a phrase I hear more and more often. It's sad to think we're actually heading that direction. Yeah, which reminds me of there was there's a game. A game's actually called Orwell, uh, which I didn't play it on the channel. I kind of, you know, sort of would have been cool to have played it unsplit on the channel. I might play the sequel. The sequel to Orwell is called Ignorance is Strength, which is itself a line lifted from 1984. Um, but yeah, because 1984 was written by George Orwell, um, hence the word Orwellian. And yeah, yeah, Orwell, it is a game where you are playing the part of someone who's trying to solve crimes by sorting through people's personal information, like online and phone records and so on, and like trying to find out as much as you can about people, look for clues as to, you know, who carried out some, you know, like terrorist acts or whatever. But there are all kinds of twists and turns and intrigue in the plot that make it a, you know, more and like moral choice stuff that like you can make choices about like which crimes are worth like punishing for people for and so on, or you can just let some data slip by and not report it. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of reminiscent of Papers, Please in some ways. Like the moral choices are sort of, you know, seamlessly integrated into the gameplay. It's good stuff. It's a good game. Maybe I'll stream. Actually, come to think of it, if the second game works something like the first one, it could be played with one hand. Maybe I can do it with my broken wrist. Something to consider. Yeah, because I purchased Ignorance is Strength, the game, the Orwell sequel while it was on sale some time ago, and they never got around to playing it. But yeah, I don't know. Moving right along. But really, I think if something dystopian truly comes, it will just be different. We probably won't notice it being evil. Whether or not it's evil depends on how you define evil. Well, that's part of it. Yeah, evil is a human construct and all that. Hi, Monika. Hi, guys. But yeah, but there have been dystopian books I've read where I thought, wow, this society actually sounds like a good place. What must have seemed horrifying to the author seems very righteous to me sometimes. Yeah. A positive sign, perhaps. Yeah. But I mean, the kind of thing where people lack freedom, but they're happy nonetheless. Anyway. It means you have a strong moral system of your own. I do, but I doubt you'd approve of those same societies. Well, you know that moral systems and I do not get along. Oh yeah? But did you have a particular book in mind? Yes, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I remember that one. And so, I have a confession to make. I had to do a book report on this, and I didn't finish reading it. I got information from other sources to complete the report. That was a long time ago, though. But yeah, that's another one where Mom presumes you haven't read any of it. Yeah, that's good. What is it, some kind of literature club? Yeah, Cliff Notes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, when did I do that book? It would have been like we're talking decades ago. I barely remember the book anyway. I do remember there being a thing about people being bred into subservience to basically to act as mindless slaves, while there's also other people who they're kept complacent in various ways. My memory is hazy enough. I probably shouldn't try to recall. I'm just gonna move on. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I get how it's supposed to be disturbing, but all I can think of is how happy everyone in the society is. I suppose that would make sense for you. Still, I never heard of that one. What's it about? Essentially, it's about a futuristic society that uses a variety of methods to ensure order and happiness among its populace. Through genetic manipulation, yeah, frequent use of drugs, and other advanced technology, the populace is kept happy and pain is almost eradicated. The state also has total control of education and conditions everyone into accepting society as it is, yeah. Disease, for instance, is a massive rarity. The book contrasts the state with the few people who live outside it. In a lifestyle, yeah, with savages. A lifestyle that would be somewhat familiar to us, but seems utterly barbaric to people from the advanced state. Monika most likely admires the heavily controlled state due to the overall happiness of the population, and I suspect she has an aesthetic admiration for the total control the government has over its people. I'm not a totalitarian, Yuri. I did not say you are. Only that I suspect that, deep down, the perfect order and control must resonate with you in some way. Yeah, maybe a little. But enough talk about literature. I see it's time for literature. Hi, guys. Happy belated and non-celebrated birthday to Yuri, incidentally. Oh wait, really? Yeah, I guess they did establish when birthdays were before. Thank you. I non-celebrated it privately, as is my wont. Of course. Do we want to start again today with... Oh, hey, Monika is has a Z order issue. She's behind Yuri while she's speaking. Is that a +1 for me there? I need to be mindful about that sort of thing. Cool. Of course, do we want to start again today with the names from a pencil case? Yeah. Well, there's just Sayuri and MC left. Sayuri, you want to do the honors again? Okay, today it's MC. Fair enough. Well, MC got a good idea. Not a good one, no. To be honest, I've had kind of a hard time coming up with a good literary idea. All I could come up with is non-literary ideas. Hell yeah, let's hear it. Well, I just thought we could play a game. Of course. Hell yeah. What game? Poker. Interesting. I brought some play chips and cards a few weeks ago. You don't have to play for real money. Okay, it's an interesting choice. Poker with 5 people? That can work. Um, surely there are more literary games I could have played, like, I don't know, Scrabble. Oh well. Uh, what the? Sorry, what? Why is MC walking behind Siri there? Is that opposing error there? What is that? Yuri has everyone in Scrabble? Yeah. I'm gonna open the document here, and yeah, gnome bug this one? Okay. I'm just gonna have a little text document open there so I can make a note when I see things. So that's what was in that mysterious case. Fantastic. Great choice, MC. Monika, don't say shit about it not being literary. Now then, prepare to get absolutely housed by Card Sharp Natsuki. Sharp? Not shark? Or ultimately he's walking behind Sari to get the case? Sure. We'll go with that. Wait. No, I went to the next line to see if there was someone was going to correct her. It's shark, S-H-A-R-K, as in the fish. What do you mean card sharp? Card sharp is a real term? Is it really? Okay, it's news to me. I'm gonna make a note of that anyway, so I can maybe I'll come back to it later. I'll have to look that up. That's the first time I've heard it. Anyway, flush, I win. But I went all in. Yes, with what appears to be no hand at all. Yeah, but I went all in. You're not supposed to lose if you go all in. Poker is a little more complicated than that, Natsuki. My epic game reputation will be in shambles because of this. Well, we could still use someone to be the dealer and announcer. Tempting, but nah. I'll be over there reading Prince of Tennis again. Prince of Tennis? ... Shut up. Prince of Tennis is great. Who doesn't love a good sports manga? Fantastic manga. Jerks. Stupid poker. Well, guess I need to make a move here pretty soon. Sorry. Prince of Tennis? I've never heard of that one. Yeah, I don't know. Moving on. Move here pretty soon. I'm all in. Fold. Call. Fold. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what you have. It says, terms card shark and card sharp are both used to refer to someone who frequently wins card games like poker either through skill or deception. The original term was card sharp, but card shark has gained popularity recently and is now considered by many to be an acceptable variant, taken from Quilplet.com. Okay, so card sharp is the more antiquated term, I suppose. So why would Natsuki be the one to use the more old school terms? She learning stuff from Yuri, perhaps? Anyway, well, let's see what you have. Yuri has a pair of kings. MC has 7-8 suited. Wait, sorry, 7-8 suited. Is that a poker term I'm not familiar with? Just hoping to scare people off. This opportunity to make that 6-7 suited. I was thinking that. I was wondering if there was some kind of joke I'm missing here. Like, my first thought was like some 6-7 related thing. Poker 2 is a 7 and 8 of the same suit? Okay. Alright. So in other words, nothing. I guess. Anyway. He's want me to scare people off. Usually with a hand like that, I suspect you'd get more value out of it by waiting before you play too aggressively. Well, let's see how the cards come out. ... Okay. Well, it was worth a try. Good game, everyone. Don't mind being the all-time dealer now that I'm out. Kind to a fault as always, MC. Action is on Yuri to start. Fold. Raise 80. 100 more. Okay, so Monika and Sayuri duking out here. Call. Phew, big flop, ace, queen. Big flop. Everyone's using like old school terms for this. These aren't terms that I'm familiar with. I mean, not that I play poker on any regular basis or any like basis at all, really, but I'm familiar with the game. I know like I know the sequence of like there's I think it's pair, then two pair, then three of a kind, then straight, which is like 5 cards in a row, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kind of deal. And then there's flush, where they're all the same suit. Then I believe it's full house, like a 3 of a kind plus a 2 of a kind. Then I believe it's four of a kind is higher than that. And then there's straight flush, which is like 5 in a row of the same suit. And then royal flush is 5 in a row of the same suit, and it's like the highest possible value is like 9, 10, jack, queen. Sorry, 10, jack, queen, king, ace. You're playing Hold'em? Okay, Santo poker terminology this? Okay. Flop is the first 3 community cards in Hold'em? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know vaguely like the hands that are available in poker, but I don't know like different variants of the game, I suppose. Anyway, phew, big flop, ace, queen. Monika, bet 150. Call. All right, turn is a 5. No flush possible now. Check. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I'll also check. River is a 7? Again, these are terms I'm not familiar with. River? What? Check. Bet 150. All in. That is not what I expected. Are you trapping me, Sayuri, or are you just representing that you're trapping me? You're always so hard to read. I'll call. Monika has King 10, missed straight draw. Oof. What, King, Queen, Jack 10, but she's missing the last card to make it a straight. And Sayuri has Ace 5, 3 of a kind. Sayuri's hand. Ace to 5. Okay, yeah, sorry, there's so many turns of phrases that are being used here that I'm just like I'm not completely ignorant about poker. I just haven't heard all these terms before. Anyway, darn, and I thought I could bluff Sayuri off because she had a draw. You're too good, Sayuri. Man, I don't think I beat you at a game like ever, Monika. Oh, I'm sure you have. You probably just don't remember it. Anyway, good luck, you two. Probably don't remember it. I mean, there was that time when, like, Sayuri lobotomized Monika. Anyway. I'll go make sure Natsuki isn't setting anything on fire or whatever. Grouse slander. I am reading quietly, despite constant chatter from over there. Although if you want me to set fires, please do, keep talking. I thought setting fires was Miss Ida's thing. I'm sure there's something flammable in here. Have fun. And it's just down to Sayuri and Yuri now, 20 minutes later. I can't believe they kept going so long. They need a break. It's like a battle of the titans over there. You know, don't tell her I said this, but I'm shocked Yuri is doing so well. She's never been super good at reading people. She is really good at math, though. Poker has a lot of math. Plus, she's probably pretty good at controlling her own facial expressions and stuff. Yeah, true. We should probably wrap it up. It looks like they're starting again. It's quite the dilemma. The chances that you have me beat here are incredibly small. 1 in 5,000 or so, I'd say. And yet, we have indeed played a large number of hands. You could have such a hand. Your bet is difficult to explain otherwise, unless it's a true bluff. ... Do you have any insight on this situation? Hmm? What? Can't... It's not like Sayuri's gonna tell her. I do, but I'm not telling. Fair enough. This is a difficult game. I had to play poker in Red Dead Redemption 2 and got by with dumb luck. My parents used to have poker games in the basement, so I feel like I should know more than I do. I was so worried about poker being part of the progression, but I got it first try. Didn't even know how I won. Well, cool. Anyway, moving on. This is a difficult game. Ah, come on. I would have called time on you by now. It's okay. She can have as much time as she wants. That's alright. It won't be necessary. I call. Sayuri turns over her cards. I see. Well played, Sayuri. Yay, I win. Wish I got something for winning besides a pile of plastic chips. I'll buy you a soda after club today. One of the big ones. Yay! And with that thrilling, highly literary round of poker coming to an end, it's time to do actual literature. Yeah, time for poems, I suppose. We didn't actually find out what Sayuri had at the end there. Oh well. Yeah, I believe that the theme for poems was like had to write a hype poem about one of their clubmates or something. Anyway. Who wants to start for poems this week? The prompt this week from Natsuki, who wanted us to write cringe shouldn't brag poems about each other? What is this word? I've heard that before. So, since she came up with this terrible prompt, perhaps it's best if she leads us off. Fine. Mine is about Sayuri. With a smile. A demon lives inside me. He burns and tears. He tries to claw his way out, ripping down my walls, peeling away my flesh to get at this world. But he shrinks in fear of me, for I have stood in his fire. I have watched myself be consumed in the flames, and I stared him with unflinching in the eyes. I am consumed down to ashes, my flesh melting in agony, but the demon curses and mutters because I will always rise again with a smile. What's this? Japanese term which basically means a youthful person's particular cringe, where they think they're super serious and dangerous. Okay, interesting. Cool to know there's a term for that. I mean, I've yeah, no, I've seen, particularly in my time interacting in the modding community for DDLC, I've seen plenty of people who would fit that description, who think that their mods or their ideas are super amazing or whatever, and it's just they're not. This year, the Doki Doki Literature Club community, I seem to have remember coming across one or two of these. Yeah, exactly. One or two, yes. Well, I mean, it comes to the territory that the community has a lot of very young and inexperienced writers who may not realize how overdone their ideas are due to lack of experience. But whatever. I try not to give people like that a hard time or anything. Like, it's all about. I like to encourage the spirit of creativity in the community, and that's like a standard I try to hold to. You know, in my time as like moderator in the community, and even when I was outside of the moderator duties. If you finish an actual VOD, props to you no matter what. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, back to the poem. Yeah, so it's kind of neat. Just basically it's talking about Sayuri facing her depression and coming out with a smile. It's neat how like she's characterized the depression as a demon, and yet the demon fears her. Anyway, moving on. That was actually a really accurate description of what it feels like. The part where I just stand the fire, I mean. I stand the fire so much that I guess I get used to it. You do. That's really badass the way you endure, Sayo. You are a super tough chick. The fact that you get up and tough out your brain being on fire all the time is really effing impressive. And honestly badass. That's the poem. She is a badass. I thought the portrayal of the pain she goes through is really ramped up to extremes, but it works, I think, because nothing else gets across how brave Sayori has to be. It's not really remarkable courage unless the fear is really big or something. Good job, Natsuki. Thanks, bud. To be honest, I found this to be a very challenging prompt. My poem is about MC, and while there's a ton of things to brag about for him, it just felt strange to intentionally write in such a hyped up way. But I have to say, I would expect Natsuki to be really good at it, and she was very good at it. The poem just does such a good job at demonstrating why Sayori's struggle takes so much strength. Well done. I empathize with Monika. I too found this to be a difficult way to write poems. I was pleased to see Natsuki go so freeform with the poem, though. In an effort to capture her subject, she turned very hard to a prose style. I think it turned out quite well. Yeah. So that I'm not like other girls I'm so mysterious and have the intensity about me. Also, I love everything about me type it should have you. Yeah. I mean, could be. Usually would be more like I am Lord Darkfire controller, take a power type cringe. Yeah. And there's some topical stuff there, some real life Chudabute going on in the life of Elon Musk, who has allegedly, apparently, reprogrammed his AI assistant for Twitter, named Grok, to hype him up in ridiculously absurd ways. Like, I think they've corrected it now, and I tried looking up some of the posts, and it looks like a lot of them are deleted, if not all of them. But yeah, like basically, for a time, Grok was claiming that Elon Musk is the best at everything, anything and everything in all the world and in all of history. Like, you can ask him anything about Elon, and it will immediately say Elon's the best at that. Elon's the best at that. It was like claiming he's like what was a better athlete than LeBron James and more of a genius than Albert Einstein or Isaac Newton, and coming up with silly, ridiculous rationalizations about how amazing he is and so on. And then it got silly. People realized what it was doing and were asking it things like, who would win in a poop eating contest? And just like, again, it's saying Elon is the best at poop eating, and people are saying, and you know, sorry, this trying to stretch my shoulder muscles here because this arm is still giving me trouble. And the ultimate sheet of you could be. Like he's trying, like he's trying to make himself sound amazing and badass or whatever, but people took it other directions. Like one of them asked, like who would have been better at ruling the Nazis, like Hitler or Elon, and I said Elon, of course. Yeah, like it's citing his like hyping up his supposed innovations in like SpaceX or whatever, even though he isn't actually responsible for any of that. By all accounts, like the folks working at SpaceX can only function by having people to distract Elon and keep him from doing anything. Because anytime he tries to get involved, he messes things up. It feels so good once that cast comes off, at least. I mean, yes, there's that hope. I mean, 2 weeks in, out of a 5 week stint with the cast, that's like we're 40% of the way there, theoretically. But yeah, the most ridiculous one of those grok. There's one more comment about the grok thing, and then I'll move on. Yeah, someone did the trolley problem, and then took it to an extreme. Like they said, okay, what if all of the children of the world were tied to the train tracks, and you could only save them by diverting the train to run over Elon? And the machine said, "Run over the children," like as if Elon's life is more important than billions. Uh, and since Elon presumably is the one who programmed Grok to do this, by extension, that means he believes his own life is more important than billions. And then someone took it a step further and and said, well, okay, let's say Elon isn't on the tracks at all, but his favorite suit is about to get splashed by a mud puddle. Well, it said mid puddle. I think it was a typo, but splashed by a puddle, and it still said run over the children. Like Elon's a multi-billionaire who probably has hundreds of suits. Like it prioritized saving his suit over saving the lives of billions of children. Like not even saving the suit, like just getting the suit a little bit dirty. Like he apparently believes that even mildly inconveniencing himself is worse than the deaths of billions. You know, um, it's kind of wild. Like the fact that he needs to build, make this machine hype himself up. It just kind of, it frankly, just shows how pathetic and sad he is. Like, what? um, like is he really like he's really that lonely? He has to get this machine to talk about how great he is. Um, it's ew, indeed, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna move right along. I think it turned out quite well. Wait, sorry, is this? Did you see the discourse between Elon and Billie Eilish? No. What did he say about her? I'm afraid, but also curious. Anyway, moving on. I think I turned out quite well. Yes, indeed. Quite well. Anyway, who's next? I'll go. Mine is about Yuri. Beyond your comprehension, pathetic creatures, to speak to me is as to be an ant climbing a wall, a great and vast wall of steel, through valley and hill, a mile high, 500 long. I am strong and vast, with ages past, knowledge reinforcing the mind, and thus to speak to me you cannot see but the lowest pebble of a mountain. Is that how Cyrus sees Yuri? That as looking down on everyone? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it's one of those aspects of Yuri's character that's part of her complexity. Like, she is shy and withdrawn and hard on herself and has, like, a low opinion of herself, but she also, like, sees herself as, on some level, sees herself as sophisticated and like wanting to show off her literary knowledge or skills and so on. Um, but I don't know. Like the original game has examples of her um, realizing that she is out of line in trying to like give people advice about their poetry and so on, and try to be more accepting of different styles. Hence the whole that whole subplot about the beach poem and all that. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things. Like it's hard to nail Yuri's character down sometimes because like uh, some people when they're writing her character they go all in on the shyness angle, and some go all in on the the haughty, holier than thou, better than you angle. Um, and yeah, it looks like Sayuri kind of went all in on the latter. I feel like club meetings in general, uh, it feels like it leans more in the latter than the former. Like there was a comment in like the last episode, I think it was, where that Yuri was shy, and I'm like, is she though? Like her, like this mod doesn't showcase her shyness very much. Like it's not. I'm not gonna say her shyness is non-existent, but it doesn't play it up as much as it could. I guess I don't know. She called him out on not using his wealth to better the world. He responded with, "She's not the sharpest tool in the shed." Eh. It's just like him to reply with a mindless insult. Like he's got nothing better. Yeah, we don't see Yuri interact with people that provoke her shyness much anymore. Yeah, that's probably part of it. Yeah, because we only see her interacting with members of the club who she's comparatively more comfortable with. But yeah, the whole thing about Elon Musk could being able to use his wealth to better the world. I mean, I might have mentioned it before on this channel before. Yeah, there was a thing some years back where Elon, tried to produce this, like I said, hey, he made a claim that if someone could come up with a plan for him to end world hunger, he'd do it. And he just did this as a sort of a gotcha, like it can't be done. And except some United Nations group actually did put together a proposal for how he could end world hunger. I think that it was was it like $4 billion or something? Maybe it was 9 billion. I don't know. It was some number of billions of dollars. A fraction of his wealth could be used to to deal with world hunger, and instead he spent $44 billion on Twitter, so which just kind of shows his priorities. He never actually took him up on that proposal. Yeah, anyway, moving right along. Yuri, she's looking a little unhappy about being portrayed that way. It's hard to get across how intimidating Yuri can be. She knows so much, and she's so quietly imposing. She doesn't even mean to be. That's just the way she is. She's like a mighty glacier, or something. Not a bad way of putting it, really. She's like quietly intimidating, and she's so profound. No matter how well you get to know her, there's always more to know. She's always like growing. She's always reading and learning and thinking about stuff, and there's always new thoughts there. Honestly, this poem gets across really well how I used to feel about Yuri before I got to know her really well. But once you do get to know her, you know she's secretly not so high up, I guess. She really loves all the stuff she's into. And she doesn't talk about it to brag, she's just into it. Anyway. Good poem, Sayuri. Thanks. I really like the format. It's poignant and simple. The very light rhyming scheme makes it seems abbreviated and terse. Oh, maybe I should make a note of that one too. Makes it seems. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Makes it seem, I guess, abbreviated and terse. Really gets across the feeling of Yuri a good bit. Yeah, good job with that, bud. There are kind of really two modes to Yuri. There's that abbreviated and terse mode to her sometimes, but the side of Natsuki talks about that shows her deep love for the world. That's the side we get to know. I feel like she only shows that side to people she trusts, though. That is true. Although I could not tell you why. Somehow people I don't know seem threatening. I worry that I will annoy them with what I have to say, which is strange. It's not like I was excessively bullied growing up. My parents were always very accepting of me. I suppose the real world just feels less safe compared to my internal world. But I've been improving in that regard. Thanks to all of you, I would say. I've been speaking in class more.
not just about the class topic. I'm even conversing with students sitting next to me on general topics.
Proud of you, kiddo. You're really making strides. What did you think of Sairi's actual poem, nerd?
Oh, it was lovely. I could not help but cringe a little at the over-the-top presentation of myself. But I suppose that was the point. As a poem, it is well constructed, to the point, and efficient. And according to everyone else, an excellent representation of myself, it would seem. So, well done, Sairi.
Thank you.
Well, onward we go then. I'll go next. My poem is about MC.
Becoming.
You didn't ask to be born. I did. I chose it. The void came for me. The void that was supposed to be. The void that I was meant for. Too powerful for it, I rejected it. Too shining for it, I turned away. Too grand for it, I chose to become. Yeah, cool. I mean, this is, it's cool. I guess referring to that time when, the club brought MC back as president, as that whole, I don't want to say contrived, but the whole, way he had to bring everything back into existence. The void that was supposed to be, that I was meant for. Cool. Anyway, moving on.
Wow, impressive. I can feel the shed of you emanating from this. Very nice. Also talk about the void and imposing your will in the universe in a vague, ominous sounding way.
Too shining for it? When I willed myself to exist, my new manga title, yeah.
Classic Monika. Classic. I had no idea you were capable of such dark arts.
I mean, MC really did impose his will in the universe. It's easy to write a poem like this when the person really did do something amazingly exceptional that took immense willpower. I suppose that is true. Really, all of us have done some rather exceptional things. I certainly wrote about some in my poem. But MC's feat was perhaps the greatest of all, in that it was never supposed to happen. Not according to the script, not according to Monika's designs, not according to anything. He received the barest chance at existence and seized it forcefully. That is compelling.
And it doesn't sound as deliciously cringe when you make it compelling like that.
Apologies. I just know MC is going to downplay it. He'll just say, "Ah, shucks, it wasn't that big a deal." He'll say, "Ah, shucks, it wasn't that big a deal," or something. But he really is amazing. And what he did was amazing. And I love this poem since it gets that across.
Now I'm going to feel weird if I try to be modest. I guess it really was kind of hard. Really disorienting. I should probably try to give myself credit for existing, I guess. But it really doesn't seem like that big a deal now. I had a really good motivation. And while existing again was pretty hard, the poem does make me cringe a little. I noticed Sairi blush when he said motivation. Anyway. Not because it's bad or anything, it was supposed to be cringy, but I just wouldn't describe things the way you did.
Of course you wouldn't, MC. Like you said, it was just the prompt. But I'm glad if this helps you give yourself credit for all you've accomplished. Anyway, who's next?
Well, guess I can go. I wrote about Natsuki. This better be extremely effing cringy, MC. I want everyone reading it to wince with how edgy it is.
Oh, I understood the assignment.
We shall see, boy, we shall see.
Dark Star Vixen Champion. I am the empress of my personal domain. I am a slayer of the hearts of giants. I am an idol beloved of countless millions. I am a nimble and stealthy warrior of legend. I am a genius strategist, cunning and wise. I am a poet, epic of epics. I am a master of fire and water. I have died without dying and lived without living. I have slapped God and called them a bitch. My speech is consummate, my style is on point, my form is flawless, and you are no match for me. I just like the phrase, slayer of the hearts of giants, presumably referring to Yuri, who's so much taller than her. Amazing. Understood the assignment indeed. It is a reference to Yuri. Exactly. F yes. God, the title alone. Dark Star Vixen Champion? It's perfect. My speech is consummate. I wouldn't even have thought of that word, but it's perfect. Natsuki applauds on her own violently for several seconds. I will not reenact that. Effing genius, MC. My hat is off to you. Yes, it does somehow capture Natsuki's essence, even in its choice of vocabulary. Saying one's style is on point is a borderline non sequitur, but is intimatably Natsuki. Truly a discerning distillation of her character. Ha, thanks. Yeah, I don't have very much to add myself. Crap, yeah, it did look, I was looking at that and going, is that a word? That doesn't look right. Inimitably would make more sense, yes. Yeah, I don't have very much to add myself. I just like how the brags varied from being rooted in reality to just being completely unhinged. Like the fire and water thing. Actually, that was a baking reference. Ah, I get it. I kind of liked it better as this ominous elemental reference. Like, I have mastered the 5 magics. That would have been so amazingly cringe. A baking brag is cool too. It's kind of weird to think of all of us as beloved idol type figures, but I guess we are. An ad break coming up in 4 minutes and 51 seconds. I'll pause when the ads come on. Anyway, especially Natsuki. I think she's the most idol-like of all of us. Me? I'm foul-mouthed, rude, and annoying. You're the most idol-like one. Maybe in some ways. But I think just in terms of everyone loving you and being popular, you're the literature club idol. You're such a cinnamon bun, Sayo. MC's pet name for you is a good one. I definitely thought so. Alright, that just leaves Yuri. Well, she looks unhappy about that. Hell yeah. Definitely want to see what Yuri does when forced to write edgy cringe. I feel like there's a ton of hidden talent there. Maybe. It was an odd prompt. My subject was Monika. Dia ego sum, or sum, I beheld the universe, and it was pitch black, so I lit a light in the darkness. I lamented the chaos of creation, so I imposed order. Where there was misery, I brought joy. Where there was plague, I brought health. Where there was death, I brought life. I have created, destroyed, and created again. Every challenger I made a worshipper, every test I made a temple. I beheld the universe and saw there was no God, so I became God. Fantastic. There you go. Here's death I brought life. I think that's referring to curing Fuyuki's cancer. And, imposed order, like she's trying to be controlling. So there's stuff, actual elements of her character embedded in all this. Anyway, moving on. Everything I wanted and more. Completely over the top and full of very poetic goodness. Beautiful, just beautiful. And that's 2 of the 5 poems which refer to me as a god. I'm not sure if I should be concerned. I don't think so. Like Natsuki said, the point here was to be completely over the top. If I'm to describe your role in this world, well, I can't think of anything more over the top. Fair enough. I can see why this was a hard one for you, Yuri. It's hard to get a really strong image or metaphor going when we all know Monika and her story, but I think you did a really good job. When you got into the part about her making challengers into worshippers and tests into temples, I kind of saw in my mind Monika walking through a desert at night, leaving a trail of like stone monuments and ancient temple kind of buildings. Yuri looks pleased about that. I liked it. I am so pleased that the poem produced such a vivid mental picture. It certainly was a difficult poem to visualize, but I'm glad I was able to create something in your mind to go with the words. I really love this one, Yuri. Really amazing work. It should feel scary or overpowering with how much Monika can do, but it ends up feeling strangely reassuring, because Monika's a benevolent god, I guess. I'm not a god, although I do try to be benevolent. On that we are agreed, whatever the status may be of your divinity. Thanks for that. Well, that's all the poems for this week. Thanks again for the prompt, Natsuki. I was a little taken aback by it at first, but it ended up being a very fun one. Great suggestion. You are very welcome. Ad break in 1 minute and 30 seconds. On we go then. Time for emails. Give us just a moment to set up. All set, Monika. Great. As always, don't forget that you can write to us here in the club using your real-world email. Just send me an email with your questions at lit.club.pres.monika@gmail.com. Say the email address more forcefully. No. Anyway, we answer emails from all of you live in the club during our meetings, as we're about to do now. It takes a while, but we get to more or less all the emails to the extent we can. All right, without any further ado, let's see the first one, please, Sayuri. Now, before I start, I'd like to speak a few quick words. First of all, I know Season 3 says there will be a 4th season, but if not, whoopsie daisies. Secondly, my email account was made when I was like 9. I'm sorry it has a stupid day, but I was in a Warriors phase that I will not apologize for. Finally, may I be invited to the Discord? Now into the actual meat of the email. Well, I already sent you your Discord invite and you joined, of course. Well, that's another one of those aspects of the world that I best not to think too much about. Anyway, thanks for emailing us, and let's get to your questions. Okay, ad break is imminent, so I'm gonna take a break right now. I will be back shortly.
And back again. It looks like there's a spam bot in chat. I'm just gonna hit ban on you. Yes, that's right. They're trying to sell ketchup chips. See you after capitalism, sure. Yes, this is the post-capitalism part of the stream. That's right. Anyway, getting back to the email. First of all, Natsuki, you are my favorite DDLC character and also my favorite fictional question mark character of all time. You are such a relatable, strong, amazing person. Keeping you. I totally die for you, man. Now for some questions. Have you watched the anime Toradora? It's a school romance similar to Parfait Girls, but a little heavier, so I think you'd really like it. As well, do you have thoughts on the FNAF franchise, Five Nights at Freddy's? It means the world to me to hear back from you. Thank you. Hell yeah. Of course I'm your favorite. It's only natural. Maybe don't die for me, though. I've seen all of Toradora, yeah. I thought it was reasonably cute, above average anime. Not my favorite, though. Let's see, as to FNAF, I mean, the first game was really good and cool. After that, it got kind of samey, though, you know? The story was cool, but the gameplay was mid. Thus is my official judgment. I thought your judgment was 0 out of 10. That was a bit, an excellent bit, if I do so say myself. Is that intentional? If I do so say my... I mean, the typical phrasing is I do say so myself. I'm going to make a note of that as well. And just try to remember to come back to that later. Still, in actuality, it's a good franchise, and I'm glad it had its big moment in the sun. Hope you're doing good, Purple. Purple? Is that the name of the person writing in, or is that a reference to the... Or isn't that... I don't know. Moving on. Yuri, I love you so much, platonically of course, but you get the idea. I relate to your social struggles so much, even if I've never had the kind of relationships with others you have. Have you read WWZ by Max Brooks? Do you have any good zombie novel recommendations, or if you enjoy the genre of romance? Yes, I love your hair so much. How did you get it so perfect? Thank you. I confess that I was fortunate. I lucked into my current friendships and romantic relationship, really. But I did so because I was willing to be around others in close proximity for extended periods of time, which is not something I normally do. But it worked out for me here. Although perhaps there is a world where it did not work out quite so well. In any event, yes, I read World War Z, okay. I thought it was well done. However, I actually prefer the earlier, smaller work on which it is based. Yeah. I watched part of the movie World War Z. It's a zombie movie. Yeah, I remember I was watching it on Netflix. Like, I watched it part way, and then I had to take a break for some reason, and when I came back, it had been taken down from Netflix. I never got to see the end of it, so I don't know. I feel like they need a feature where they let you know when something's going to be taken down in the near future. Like Amazon Prime does that. It says like these shows are slated to be taken down at X date or whatever. I haven't watched anything on Amazon Prime in a while. Anyway, welcome back. Yeah, the thing that I remember about World War Z, the movie, was that there's a team of people who are, you know, they have this mission. They're supposed to I don't even remember what they were trying to do. They had to get somebody somewhere for some purpose, and then I guess I can't really say without spoilers. But suffice it to say, their whole reason for doing it suddenly becomes moot
and then it's like, okay, what's their goal now? What are they even trying to do? And then it's like, and then the movie just continues on anyway, even though they no longer have a mission. And it's not like, it's kind of like, what's the point of anything they're doing now? It seemed a little odd. I have no idea what the resolution was because I was unable to watch the rest of it. Oh well, I guess it'll be forever a mystery to me. Remember them putting that movie on in grade 8? Oh yeah? You were in food class, we watched that movie for Halloween. Ah, neat. Wow, was it that... When did that movie come out? Grade 8, you say? Suddenly I'm conscious of the fact that I don't actually know how old you are. Wasn't that long ago when it came out, was it? Maybe it was. I don't know, moving on. However, I actually prefer the earlier, smaller work on which it is based. Max Brooks' Zombie Survival Guide. That was a very amusing read, a fictional survival guide which takes itself deadly seriously. I recommend it. 2014? Oh yeah? Wow, is it over a decade? Time flies. Man, oh man. Anyway, I recommend it. I'm not sure I could think of any other zombie novel off the top of my head. For romance, I will once again refer to The Tale of Genji, a foundational Japanese romance with an excellent English translation. With the years 25 this year? 20, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, 25 this year. Cool. Anyway, that's a bit of a milestone there, I suppose. Anyway, my hair takes quite a bit of work. I use several products. I won't bore you with the details, but it also takes brushing. A lot of brushing. That's basically the main secret. Oh yeah? I'll bet Natsuki likes to take part in the hair brushing sessions. Born 2000 advantages, yeah. You never have to forget your age, or do any calculations or anything. That's basically the main secret. I just spent a lot of time on it. Thank you very kindly for your email. Sorry, I have depression too. I mean, I've never been suicidal, so I can't even come close to comparing our struggles, but I can understand and relate to lying in bed feeling worthless. Keep pushing through. You are the reason so many of us can keep going? That's putting a lot of pressure on one little fictional character. Anyway, if you can, surely we can too. I mean, considering that she killed herself in the original game, that's a bit unfortunate if that's the case. But whatever. Anyway, I hope amazing things come your NMC's way. You're such a bright ball of sunshine in the world, and every moment you're happy is another good moment for me. No pressure, sorry. Actually, literally 1984. It's funny. Yeah, I was born in 1981, so I lived through 1984. The year, not the book. Anyway. Anyway, sorry. If you have depression too, you must know how hard it is to have expectations placed on you. I know, right? Being told you have to keep going, everyone's counting on you, is so hard. Yeah. Funny thing, I commented on that in my mod, Cyrus's No to Suicide. Well, at least I sort of talked adjacently to it, telling people to live for others and worry about what they're feeling or thinking. It can make it worse, you know. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. As you probably know, but you know, people sometimes really are counting on you. I know a lot of people are counting on me, so I do my best. I hope you do your best too. Monika, hi Monika! Exclamation points. How are you? I'm sorry I don't really have any specific questions for you, but I just want to hear how you're feeling at college. Any majors? Love ya. Oh, thank you. No, I haven't picked my majors yet. I'm just a freshman in her first semester. But in due time. Be well. Miss Ida, how are things going between you and the accountant? Have any new epiphanies struck about the universe? I hope you're having a great time. The support you gave the club during some of the hardest times imaginable is truly admirable. How willing you were to sacrifice your life is a real show of strength. You deserve the best life. Oh, right. Hang on. It's ringing. Hello? Hi, Miss Ida. Got time for club emails? I sure do. We've got one here which wants to know how... Sorry. Uh, sorry, it's... Miss Ida's gonna be immediately suspicious that the Natsuki is another Natsuki ploy here. Anyway, we got one here which wants to know about how things are going between you and the accountant. They mean Kaji. They mean Kaji, unless you're dating another accountant. And there's actually an email about it. And it's not Natsuki trying to pry into my love life. Yes, it's an entirely legitimate question. Oh, well, things were going really well, but he had to leave town for work for an extended period. So I'm occasionally spending time with other guys. Yeah, but are you and Kaji working it out? Do you pine for each other on long-distance phone calls? Do you send physical letters like true old people and then kiss them so that they have lipstick on them? Good afternoon to you too, Natsuki. That's all the detail you're getting out of me. Bah, you're no fun. Please tell us something about the other guys you're seeing. Absolutely not. Whoa, Teach, chill, just a simple question. The emailer also asks if you have had any new epiphanies about the universe. I would say no. One is enough, really, I would hope. True. They close with, they hope you're having a great time. It's admirable how you helped the club in hard times and were willing to self-sacrifice. And they say you deserve the best life. And that's super sweet, thank you. Honestly, I just do the best I can. I didn't do anything heroic or special, I just did what any teacher should do, honestly. That's exactly what a hero would say. That's all for that email. You want to stay on the line, Miss Ida, or are you super busy today? You know I like participating in email time. It keeps me feeling connected to you guys. I'll just grade some exercises until something else I can answer comes up. Sounds good. Moving on to the next bit of this one then. MC, I'm sorry I controlled your body in the original game. I'm also sorry I went the Natsuki route. I swear I didn't know how you felt. Anyways, do you have a new job? How's life been going for you in Sayuri? Hope you've been happy together. Good luck finding a career in video games one way or another. Yo. You don't need to apologize for controlling me in the original game. That was kind of what I was there to do by design. Okay, can I? Sorry, I just want to see if I can reposition the microphone a bit here. Can I like rest my elbow on the desk here? I don't know if this is any better. Maybe if I shift things over. Sorry, this is just becoming increasingly conscious of discomfort with the whole cast situation. Bear with me. I don't know if this is any better. Let's try this out. Kind of what I was there to do by design. Not your fault. You also don't have to apologize for going on any particular route. It's not like great things happen if you pursue Sayuri either. But anyway, things are going fine. Life's been pretty good. Don't have a new job though. That was just a one-time thing to earn some money so I could do something nice for Sayuri. For now, I really want to focus on college. Have you been manually propping your hand up? Pretty much, yeah. I tried making a sling to hold it up earlier, and it didn't work very well. I might try some other things later. I might call the hospital fracture clinic for advice. I don't know. Work in progress. Yeah, I don't know if this is much better. It's like every time I change positions, it's like replacing one problem with another problem. Anytime you rest your elbow on the desk. Yeah. I mean, I was resting it on my lap earlier, but that was starting to get uncomfortable. Now this is starting to feel uncomfortable too. What if? Okay, what if? Do something like this. Yeah, I don't know if that's any better. Whatever. For now, I really want to focus on college. I probably won't end up a video game related job, I think. End up doing a video game related job, I think. Even thinking back to when I said that, it feels like a cringy thing to say. Embrace your cringe, MC. Yeah, I get what you mean, but I don't know. Kind of want to open myself up to other possibilities in college, you know? So we'll see what appeals to me. Maybe it'll still be video games, who knows? Thanks for the email. Finally, for everyone, have you ever listened to the band AJR? I do not know who that is. What do you think of them? I'm seeing them in April 2024. So I'm seeing them in April 2024. Wow, it just shows. It goes to show how far behind the emails were. Oops. Hope you can see this soon, so you can ask me how it was. With the most platonic love I could ever feel, Purple Duple. Thanks for the email, Purple. Has anyone heard of this band? I haven't. Everyone ... Well, I have. I think I'm fine. Not my favorite, but they do have some bangers. My favorite by them is Way Less Sad. They're really good at naming songs, by the way. Hope you had fun seeing them live. Sorry that someone lets our email queue build up so far that we get ancient emails to answer. Hey, we get a lot of emails and I work through them as best I can. Alright, on to the next one, please, Sayuri. Hello, Literature Club. You can call me Charlie. Yes, I'm a girl, by the way. I'm so happy to finally send you an email, but before we start, I would like to apologize for the grammar mistakes, because French is my first language, not English. Love how manga speak French sometimes, because I don't need to translate it. Anyways, let's start. She speaks French sometimes, does she? Anyway. Alright, we've got another multi-part one here. Commençons. I mean, let's start, I suppose. The imperative. Sorry, I can't do the cedille. I'm sure there's a way to do it. To put the little hangy thing underneath the C in commençons, which designates that it's pronounced with a S sound instead of a K in the middle. Yeah, I don't know. A while back, I memorized the key combinations for generating a bunch of accents. Some of it's slipped away, some of it's still in there. Like, I'm just too lazy to. Yeah, okay, fine. But anyway, moving on. Sayuri, so I know you told us not to take you as a model, but I've been dealing with depression myself for around 4 years. It's not easy, but when you talk to a therapist, I decided to do that too, because I didn't have the courage before to talk to a therapist, so thank you. Wow, hey, look at that. It made a positive change in someone's life, to Dev. That's cool. As for my question, where would you like to go another country with MC as a date? I'm really glad my story has been helping people. It's really hard to start going to therapy. I know. It does get easier once you start, though. Once you trick yourself into going regularly, then it becomes a habit that's hard to break. And then things are much easier. Not sure what other country I'd want to go to MC. Go to MC with? Go with MC, perhaps? I'm just going to make a note of that. I mean, I think asking about going with MC, not go to MC with. Yeah, holding my arm there wasn't working. I want to go with MC. Probably America. They have a lot of amazing food there. Plus a lot of fun things to do, it seems like. So yeah, America. Really? Want to go to America in this day and age? I mean, I've been to the U.S. many times over the years. Like mostly with the you know, my barbershop choir. We'd go do a lot of barbershop conventions and stuff. So I've been to various cities around the U.S. It's a neat experience and stuff, but with recent global politics, the way Trump's administration is running it, spending any time in the U.S. seems scary to me. Not to mention the way they handled the pandemic. It's just simulation America's hopefully better is right now. I mean, yeah, fair, I suppose. Moving right along. Yeah, hopefully they don't have a simulated Trump over there. I don't know. Anyway, Natsuki, my favorite, no offense, Moni. Hello, person with great taste in literature. Manga is Japanese literature, so I'm totally on your side for this. Sorry, Yuri. Anyways, have you read any Yuri manga, the genre? And if so, which ones? Ah, neat. Another high taste emailer. You are, of course, correct about manga. The overwhelming weight of our valid opinions will crush Yuri under their truth. If the entire world has a false belief, that does not make the belief true. Psha. Anyway, I actually have not really read much manga that has small y Yuri in it, let alone stuff where the whole genre is Yuri. My life is already filled with Yuri. Yuri, you might say. I guess it was inevitable that you would eventually make that joke. Wait, that's their first time? Definitely. Really? You don't have anything to recommend? Not even, like, I don't know, Bloom Into You or something? Oh well, anyway. Monika, when did you start writing poems? Because I personally started last year, and it's mostly because of you guys. I love you too, by the way. You don't need to apologize for loving other people in here, by the way. I totally get it. Anyway, I don't really remember when I started. I think I had to write poems for very early elementary school. And after that, it would become a very occasional hobby to write poems when I was struck with an idea. You can fashion a sling with a shirt, put the shirt on, but put your elbow through the left armhole, place your wrist where your stomach would be, put the fabric under your injured armpit to keep it secure. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that suggestion of using a shirt as a sling. I had earlier I had a scarf which I hung around my neck, but then that just put more strain on my neck. It's just like everything else, like every position every position I can come up with puts a strain on something different. Anyway, after that, it would become a very occasional hobby to write poems when I was struck with an idea. I'd write maybe 2 a year, tops. But that all changed because of the literature club. You know that story already, though. Love you. Yuri, any good horror recommendations? Even if I'm in France, I think I can find them anyways. I've previously given many a horror recommendation. H.P. Lovecraft and Ramsey Campbell are my default recommendations. I also recommend Cormac McCarthy, although it's hard to say if his books are quite horror exactly, but certainly they are at least horror adjacent. If you want something more recent, I strongly recommend Diavola by Jennifer Thorne. Okay, haven't heard of that one. I always appreciate horror that knows that horror and comedy are good bedfellows. Okay, horror comedy. I hope that helps. MC, well, I don't really have a question for you, buddy, except I have one thing to say. Take care of Sayuri. ... Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. Natsuki and Yuri, have you two did anything more than kissing? Lenny emoji? Oh, great. Whoops, I just took a sip of water which went the wrong way. That sucks. Hate when that happens. Anyway, it has been implied that they did, but not much in the way of details. Anyway, hey, rude. You can't just ask a question like that. I don't know, you seemed pretty interested when Sayuri and I got a question like this a while ago. That's different. How? It just is. I will try to resolve the situation by both giving you an answer and minimizing embarrassment to Natsuki. Just say yes. The answer is yes. Let us now move along. Everyone, if you had one wish, what would that be? Shall we start with Masita on this one? What is it? The question is, if you had one wish, what would it be? Can I wish for more wishes? Let's assume that the normal and predictable wish limitations are in effect. Darn. I guess I feel compelled to wish for an end to world hunger. Or something like that. Predictable, but boring. Well, fine. What would you guys wish for? I feel like I don't even need to say what I'd wish for. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, I suppose it is. Sorry. I mean, I guess we're supposed to infer from context that she gets to, be made real and meet the player, etc., etc. Oh well. Anyway, I would wish for the ability to travel back in time without affecting the timeline, and also into fictional worlds, so that I could interact with people I'd otherwise never have the chance to meet. Very specific. I guess I'll do another boring wish and just wish for enough money to keep me and all my friends comfortable and safe permanently. You're so sweet. Yeah, what a super sweet thing to do, wishing for money. It's not really the money you're wishing for, it's for everyone to be safe and comfortable. And that is sweet. For me, it's really easy. I just really want to be mentally normal. Aw. I mean, no more depression. Just being okay. That would be really nice. Okay, sorry, I get why you'd wish that. Totally respect you and your struggle, but I have got to say, you all suck at wishing. Yeah. I wish I had a car that could at any moment take off above the traffic and then just zoom to the destination if I wanted. It seems kind of limited. I mean, yeah. Seems kind of awesome. To each their own. Let's see, the last part of this email. I mean, yeah, kind of limited. You'd think, I was kind of expecting her to wish for some big impossible thing that had a huge impact on everything, but whatever. Anyway, and before I finish this email, I would like to show you a poem I wrote yesterday, which is a bit like the secret poem in the main game, Things I Like About Dad. Hope you can give me some tips. The life. The life where everything is fine. The life where everyone listens to me. The life where I don't need to hide. The life where I don't cry. The life where I don't feel insecure. The life where people comfort me. The life where nobody will judge me. The life where I can be myself. The life where I can eat without worrying. The life where they are here. The life where everything is fine. The life that I live only when I fall asleep. For the real poem, you just have to change the sense, and for when I fall asleep, it's For the real poem, you just have to change the sense, and for when I fall asleep is when I'm awake. That's all for me. I love you all. Sorry, I love all of you. Have a great day. P.S. The poem is a bit depressing. She said, roads? Where I'm going, I don't want roads. Or we don't need roads, I believe is the line from Back to the Future. Anyway. Poem feedback. Not sure what you mean by the real poem, though. I mean, I get the feeling they're trying to encourage people to reread it, but changing one word about it or something. Or trying to imply that real life is the opposite of these. I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. But that aside, yeah, I get the poem. It's very direct, has a device that it sticks to. Nice work. Yeah, I know a vent poem when I see it. I'm good at those. Hope you feel better. The poem is good. Consider adding in some images or sensations to put in the reader's mind for the purpose of effect. Put the readers in your shoes a little. Maybe the life where sitting at a table I raise chopsticks to my mouth without glancing to the side first, or some such. They probably use a fork. A fork to your mouth, yes. But you get the idea. Good poem, and thanks for writing us. Got the next one ready, Sayuri. Dear Natsuki, what's your favorite music genre, and what's your opinion on AKB48? Don't know who that is. And what's your favorite song by, presumably them? That's, seems to be cut off there. Oh well. I don't know if that's worth making a note of, but I'm going to make a note of it anyway. SMH Monika too lazy to recrop the email? Yeah. Of course, just blame Monika. just blame Monika? Just Monika? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Favorite song by them? P.S. to other girls, I love them all equally. I have no favorite. All of them are my favorites. Lots of love, Ashy. Why is this one cut off? Oh, oops, I must have cropped it poorly without noticing. It just says them at the end of it. Well, K-pop is up there for my favorite genres, as we have discussed before, but I also really like city pop. It's just a nice genre that really gets at the simple moments about what's cool in life. Underrated. I'm not sure how I feel about AKB48, to be honest. It feels less like a musical group and more of like an idol factory, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong, they make some great songs, but I wonder what it's like to work there. They have that whole weird culture they've got to live in, you know? I mean, sometimes I feel oppressed by my fandom, and I'm in a completely separate universe, you know? So I gotta wonder how oppressive it is to be in an environment designed around fandom, you know? Music's okay in general, it's nothing special. Sakura no Shiori is my favorite by them, though. Not just because it's relevant to my life recently. Hope that answers your question, Ashi. Don't worry about the other girls, they can see your email just as well as I can. Be safe. That's cute. Dear Lit Club, do you agree with the following statement and why? Destiny is an excuse used by those who cannot bring themselves to take responsibility for their actions. Yeah. This is an interesting one. I'd say you can believe in destiny and still be responsible for your actions. I mean, yeah. I like to imagine life is a mixture of both. Like the universe presents you opportunities, but it's up to you to act on them. Like even in your world, I'd be a determinist. Everything happens because of material reasons, and thus all actions are predetermined in a very 2 + 2 = 4 kind of way. Doubly so for us in here because we just run in a computer program which is even more concretely predetermined. But that doesn't mean you don't have responsibility for your actions. Maybe it's not in some mystical, magical deserving sense, but you have responsibility. Others will hold you accountable and consequences will flow from your actions. That's just as predetermined. So I think it's on you to try your best to make the destiny that happens to you a positive one that helps others. Even if those very efforts to try your best were themselves fated. I'm not sure if I'm making sense here. Kind of curious to hear what Miss Ida thinks. I heard your answer, but I'm still not completely certain what the question is. Basically, do you think destiny is just an excuse used to avoid responsibility? Yeah, Miss Ida can't actually see the email on the screen because she's on the phone. Oh well. I see. My answer is no, but that's because, like you, I don't really see it as destiny so much as I do just the nature of the universe. If you're a materialist, you can't really believe in something like free will, but like Monika says, you can't use that as an excuse to act however you like. I agree with her, basically. What does everyone else think? ... Destiny may be... If so, it is in the grand designs, the big overarching themes of your life. But grand things depend on small things, and responsibility is for small things. Moment to moment, what you do in your life, whether you wake up on time, whether you finish what you say you will. These are the small things out of which destiny is forged. You cannot escape your responsibility for them any more than you can escape your destiny. I just don't believe in destiny at all. Me either. Me either. Huh. I thought maybe you did, Sayo. Maybe before I would have, but I don't know. I feel like I've been able to change my life a lot. So now it feels like I really do have some control. Based. Thanks for the question. Oh, there's a long one here. Long-ish. Hey, just wanted to ask Natsuki a question about manga genres, or mainly about one of the manga within that genre. The answer to this question will probably set a precedent for how the rest of the questions below will be answered, but how much manga have you read? What do you think of the harem genre? In particular, what do you think of the manga 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You? Okay, I am not familiar with that, but it doesn't surprise me it exists. On the topic of genres, what's your favorite manga anime genre and why? In the same vein, what's your least favorite genre? Going off of the least favorite genre question, what's your favorite manga within the genre? You know the phrase diamond in the rough, so I wanted to see if there's a manga within that least favorite genre that you like. Which manga have you read that has the most interesting concept to you? Is there a manga that seemed like it had a very bland or uninteresting concept, but then you read it and thought this is actually a pretty good read? Was there a manga that had a very interesting concept behind it that botched the concept and execution? Oof, probably lots of those. I'm sorry if this is too many questions or if any of these questions made you uncomfortable. I wrote the harem question first and then I had a lot of other questions. So there's that. Depending on when this email gets answered in Season 4, hope college is going well. I'm hoping your classes are fun. That things are going well. From Robbie. Could that be the Robbie that we know from the club meeting server? Probably. Yeah. One completely dedicated to Natsuki, apparently. Imagine that. Anyway, moving on. One for you, Natsuki. Let's see here. Wow. In-depth manga question. Nice. I've read a lot of manga, my man. Hundreds at least. Sadly, most of that has been online since I am poor. But still, I've read a lot. Hair manga, I don't know. I'm not super interested. Maybe a guy thing. Occasionally it can be really funny. On the whole, just not my jam. I'm sort of a peripherally aware of 100 Girlfriends, and I know it has some funny moments, but like a lot of manga and anime, it's just too weirdly tailored for lonely guys, I guess. Hate to say it, but it might be my least favorite genre. Although, I also really don't like really bad Guro stuff. My favorite genre is actually probably shonen sports manga, weirdly enough. Hence the tennis one earlier mentioned. Parfait Girls is great, but it's kind of low stakes. Sports manga kind of sits right on the edge of cool slice of life stuff and high stakes action. And the high stakes action isn't about tragedy or people dying. Yeah. Usually. So it has everything you need. My favorite sports manga, huh. Obviously I'm partial to Prince of Tennis since I own it in print. And Haikyuu is really close. But overall, I've got to give it to Slam Dunk. Absolute classic. Love it. No mention of Yuri on Ice? Anyway, thinking of sports manga or anime, like, I mean, Yuri on Ice is the only one I know of, really. About figure skating. I watched the anime of that. That was fun. Anyway, absolute classic. Love it. Need to buy that manga next chance I get. Junji Ito manga has some of the most interesting concepts for me. I'm not usually a horror person much, but some of his ideas are really cool. The most prosaic idea manga that turned out really good was Kaguya, to be honest. Like, it should just be a boring high school rom-com, but it really makes it awesome. And while I know MC loves Code Geass, I just could not get into that concept as high concept as it is, I guess. Not saying it's bad or botched, I guess. It's just not my thing. Anyway, thanks for the manga discussion, Robbie. Good to be able to blab about my interest for once. As though you don't all the time. As though you don't all the time anyway. Shush. Have you guys seen Darkham Studios? Specifically the videos with Monika and Sari playing I Am Bread. I've never played I Am Bread. I guess it's one of those quappy kind of games where the idea is it's deliberately hard to control. Where you're navigating a piece of bread around an apartment. Yeah, so I'm aware of that one. Anyway, I'm going to start playing I Am Bread. The second episode is entirely of Monika trying and failing to get a piece of bread into a toaster. It's so freaking funny. There's also a series with Happy Wheels and with Minecraft. It's all pretty hilarious. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend it. It's hilarious. Damascus. Let's see. Last one for today. I don't think I've seen this. I'm looking it up. Phew, that is some rough voice acting. I guess that's the point. Seems funny as far as it goes. That is definitely not what Sari and Monika sound like, though. Thanks for the email, Damascus. Thanks to everyone who emailed today. And thanks to Miss Ida for joining us once again. My pleasure. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye, Miss Ida. Well, I only have a short amount of time stuff to do today. Oh. Natsuki and you are giving these looks, presumably aware of the impending non-date with Ryan. So let's finish up with club business. For poems, let's do a classic prompt and describe a scene of natural beauty. And no need to change the presidency until next time, I think. Although now our schedule is a bit off kilter. But we can worry about that next time. Alright, that's it. Gotta run. Stay safe, everyone. Everyone, ... They have no comment to make about it? Hey, we're back to back to the extras. Ayami looking unhappy. Still struggling with sense of self-worth, I suppose. What is up with that fountain? Why does part of it look like it's invisible there? Like the no, really, like the window's in front of the fountain, but some of just the water in front of the window. That's strange. Someone did something funky when they were drawing this. Oh, was this a daytime background that somebody redid in a nighttime mode? So they redid the windows, except they put windows in front of the fountain. I guess maybe. Never seen a low opacity fountain? Yeah. So I got it from Minical. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling someone touched up Minical's work and they like messed this up here. Oops. Oh well. Question mark. I don't know. You know how it is with Natsuki. Yeah, but think about what'll happen if it goes well. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, but it's good to be hopeful. Oh, hi, Rumi. MC was just walking me back to the room. You want to come with us? Oh, no, that's okay. I'm just out for a walk. Want to walk to clear my head. Yeah. They must have left themselves, yeah. Was this a direct Minical download? Oh, whoops. Oopsie. I'll be back to the room in a little bit. You guys can go ahead. Actually, I am getting the most interesting smell from the student union. I'm gonna head over there just for a second. Don't wait up. I'll be right back. Wait, I almost forgot. Does anyone want anything? No, but I'm good. Yeah, I'm kind of snacked out myself. I'm fine, sorry, but thank you for offering. Okay. Be right back. Hope it doesn't run her out of energy later. She'll be fine. She's been doing a lot better recently, energy-wise. Plus, bedtime isn't too far away, so she'll get to rest sooner either way. You've gotten to know her really well, haven't you? Probably about as well as anyone, other than you and her dad, maybe. Yeah, maybe Monika, Natsuki, and Yuri too, but I don't know. Only you've lived with her at close range of those. Yeah, you get to know someone pretty fast when you live in the same room with them. Or in Sayori's case, when she tells you all her worst problems day one of being roommates. I'm glad she trusted you with that. Yeah, me too. Of course, I go completely overboard with her on TMI about my problems too, so it's only fair. Really. It's kind of surprising to hear. What kind of problems do you talk to her about? I don't know. Is this prying? Could it be prying? I don't know. If it's stuff you're okay with sharing, of course. Well, nothing that would interest you too much, probably. I mean, I could doesn't even look like the water's coming from the fountain. It's kind of existing in a stream. Yeah, it is. It's a little odd. Oh well. I can sort of imagine Sayori, like as much as Ayami's like, you know, talking about her relationship difficulties and feelings of self-worth surrounding her experiences with sex and so on. I could immediately imagine this could be an awkward topic to bring with the boyfriend of her roommate, and I could totally imagine Sayori like vetoing that topic and saying, "You're not talking to MC about this." Anyway, nothing that would interest you too much, probably. I'm just glad to be able to help Sayori as much as I can, though I don't need to do too much. She's very lucky after all. She has you. Well, do the best I can. Well, I didn't just mean helping her mentally. You're a very attractive boy, after all. Thanks. Of course. I mean it. Let me tell you a secret. Uh-oh. Ayami leans in and exhales into MC's ear? Sorry, was that just an exhale, or were there words included? Is that her way of being seductive? Okay. I mean, so much for the notion that maybe Sayori vetoed the topic, and so therefore Ayami's unwilling to talk about it if she's gonna, like, flirt with MC anyway. Okay, Right, exhales in MC's ear, and then she whispers something. What? I just something to think about. Dot dot dot. And he just can't help herself, poor thing. I mean, hmm. um, at this point in MC's character development, I would expect him to like just shut her down immediately. Like if she, I mean, assuming she is saying something flirtatious and you know, like encouraging him to do something with her, um, it's kind of weird to be like, okay, like polyamory is a thing. It's, some people, you know get involved romantically with multiple other people at a time, but you still have to have open communication about it. And talking about this behind Sairi's back is kind of a shady thing to do. Particularly with Sairi being her roommate, it's a little messed up. Like, it's not cool. Funnily enough, I'm gonna say I used to know someone who actually did that. Who actually, probably the less said about that, the better. Suffice it to say, this is an individual who did a shady thing, well, with isolating one person who was already in a relationship to try to proposition them, and it's like, and it was part of a mutual friend group too. It was it's just like, what are you doing? Like, they're in a committed relationship. Why are you doing this? Why would you even try? So, like, I don't know. What are you doing, Ayami? Like, are you really that caught up in tying your self-worth with sex and so on? I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. MC ... Look, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible because Sairi's coming back, but that wouldn't ever happen. I don't know if you were trying to suggest that it happened, but just in case, so we're super clear, it wouldn't. I'm with Sairi, and it's going to stay that way. But I wasn't saying you were. I'm just going to assume you meant well and drop it. And for your sake and Sairi's sake, I'm not going to say a thing about this. You're a good friend to her, and I don't want to change that. So I'm just going to act like this conversation never happened. Oof. Hey, it's Spooky Waters is here. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? MC equals monogamy champion. Hell yeah. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Yeah. But yeah, and which for no particular reason reminds me, the other day I went to watch a stream from another Twitch streamer who uses that the same like shout out command that I have implemented on my channel, where if I shout out someone, it shows a random clip from their channel, and it showed the clip that you just made, Crazy Kaylee, the other day, and I was caught off guard because I was like, I don't remember that clip being in there, because like I had just gone through my clips to remove like extraneous clips I didn't care about, because there was I'm going to assume well-meaning but very enthusiastic follower that I have that clipped no less than 117 moments from my Planet Crafter series. Most of them, there was like not much happening. Like, they were just saving for their reference or something. I don't know. So the little clip grabber kept grabbing those, and I was getting annoyed. So I just deleted like 100 of them. Well, I think I left 5 of them. So like I deleted 112 of them. But the vast majority of my clips are gone now. So my point is, I went through all the clips. So seeing one that I didn't recognize was like, where did that come from?
It's just funny timing. And Slayer Rabbit's here. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Lord, I've just been clipping everyone who encounters the episode 40 save disabler. Yeah. Neat. Anyway. Yeah, MC being the perfect gentleman and all is immediately turning Ayami down. Which I would have expected at this point, as I said. Headache today? Ah, sorry to hear that. Drink lots of water. That's the kind of thing that can help. I mean, particularly, it depends on the source of the headache, really. Like, if it, like migraine type headaches frequently brought about by, or at least one of the possible causes is dehydration. Anyway, I'm just going to act like this conversation never happened. I suggest you do the same. ... Hey, there she is. Did Ayami just run away? Did you get everything you need? Yeah, I did. It wasn't too cold out here for you guys. Nah, we were fine. Come on, let's get you guys inside soon, though. All right. Ayami, are you coming with? What's with this appearing, disappearing characters here? Sorry, you vaporized her. I know, right? There's an ad break coming up in 4 minutes, FYI. Amy, are you coming with? ... Yeah, I think I'm about ready to go. It is kind of cold out here. Well, did you get it anyway? I'll say she went in to get fresh bread and she got that, probably with a fruit juice, and then probably got some kind of ice cream treat that she noticed on her way out. Very specific. Well, did your hubby get it right? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is amazing. What's this? Oh, is it? Natsuki did talk about a manga shop that she wanted to check out. Knows her all too well, yeah. It's amazing. How has this been here all these years? I never knew about it. Dad was probably wise to never let you find out about this place. He would have gone bankrupt. Okay, but why didn't you tell me about it then? Never knew about it before today. Nerdy stuff isn't usually my thing, babe. You know that. Fair enough. Well, I'm going to look around like this whole store. You heathens can keep each other company while I go make some purchases. Well, she's really taken to having a budget of her own. She's mostly quite responsible. She does tend to go on snack sprees sometimes, but she tends to save most of her money. I assume that's mostly because of you? I do urge her to be responsible when I see her spending freely. Yeah, I mean, in the interest of saving money, like, multiple snack runs to the, the student union thing might not be the most cost effective. Oh well, anyway, moving on. But she does not really require it. Overall, she's very miserly, with just the occasional splurge. Yeah, just the way we were raised, I guess. We were always pretty poor, and it got worse after Mom and Dad separated. So Natsuki's always had to live thinking about the value of everything. Really glad she's been able to relax that at least a little bit. She has. How's your semester proceeding? You know, Yuri, you don't have to make conversation with me just to be polite. We're not exactly sisters-in-law, but we're the next best thing. I'm always really glad to talk to you, but I'm also comfortable with silence around you. That is comforting to know. Sometimes I do prefer silence, but in this particular case, the inquiry was genuine. I see. It's going well. Still trying to decide on what to major in. Technically, I have all the requirements for 3 majors. It's just a question of what I actually want to have it say on the degree. That must be stressful. Maybe a little. But honestly, no matter what I ended up majoring in, I probably won't end up doing that. It just seems so silly to have to bind yourself to some irrevocable path. I'm 23. I have no idea what I want to do with my life yet. What about you? Any ideas? Yeah. And over here, I'm like 44 and still don't know what to do with my life. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. You have a lot more time than I do to figure out a major. Yes. I have had little opportunity yet to even take any classes of my own choice.
But I am thinking I will take some biology courses when I get the chance. That may be my path, or perhaps not. I can only find out by taking the class. My problem is that every time I try some subject by taking the class, I end up loving whatever it is. Then I have another potential major. You have an omnivorous mind. It's an interesting way of phrasing it. I do not think, after all, it matters much what you major in. I think you will do well no matter what you choose, and no matter what your degree says. You're always so kind. I know I say it a lot, but I'm very grateful that you choose to put up with my sister. And ad break is imminent, so I will be right back. Need to keep that arm levitate constantly? Yes, it is. Thank you for noticing. It is quite a pain. I'll be right back.
And back again. Sorry about the wait. There was a bit of a spill I had to clean up one-handed. uh, anyway. Let's see. Moving right along. I know I say it a lot, but I'm very grateful that you choose to put up with my sister. It is I who am grateful for her presence, and for the wisdom and generosity of her sister. Don't get sentimental. Bring back, thank you. How's she doing, by the way? You live with her, after all. She's well, but significantly better in a few minutes. Hmm? What's this dot mouth expression here? I do like that expression, but it feels a little out of place. And that makes me wonder what's going on here. Significantly better in a few minutes? Well, that sounds ominous. It's benign, I promise. Excuse me for just one moment. Where are you going? Hmm? Oh man, I want to come back there like every day. What was that about? Anyway, that place is paradise. It gladdens me to see you so pleased. Perhaps I can assist further. What do you mean? Yuri hands over a large heavy bag. Oh, did she buy something for her? Oh man, I can barely carry this. What is it? Look inside. ... Exclamation point. You got me the entire Slam Dunk manga? I did. But I mean, I can't get you anything like this in return. I didn't know that. Didn't know that was a word? Yeah. It's it's not a word that's used much, but yeah. Like to make someone glad. I guess it is kind of an old-timey English word. Or I mean, I don't know about old-timey. It's just not used much, I guess. Natsuki getting a little tearful there. What's with all the sports manga references in this episode? I get the feeling like, I don't know, maybe Dev was on a some kind of sports kick lately, and that just bled into the writing. Is it Yuri word for sure? Yeah. Lady the Brew here. Welcome to stream. How's it going? Word out of fashion, I suppose? Yeah. I haven't seen you in a bit. Actually, I've never read any of these, just a Natsuki interest? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just interesting that, like, without any previous references to it, suddenly Natsuki brought up the tennis manga twice, and now I'm presuming Slam Dunk is a basketball manga. Anyway, moving on. I mean, I can't get you anything like this in return. Why would you have to get me anything in return? I just heard you talking about it during club and knew you would like it. It is a slice of life and sports manga, as you said. It is. Hey, I love you so much, and thank you. Well, you know me. I appreciate a good slice of life. Why would you say it like that, Yuri? He's actually been talking about Prince of Tennis in Season 1, so just not that frequently? Oh, okay. I don't know, I guess it's been a while. Has been a couple of years since I played through Season 1. Anyway. Slam Dunk also got an anime at one point. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Anyway. I appreciate a good slice of life. Ha! That was terrible even by your standards, babe. I'm inferring from context that everyone present knew that Yuri was talking about her self-harm habit. I mean, Fuga doesn't necessarily have to know about the self-harm habit to know about the knife collection, I suppose. Anyway, you're still smiling at it, though. Yeah, well, she's cut down on that bad habit enough that I can smile at her awful jokes. Actually, I've not been cutting down. That is rather the point. Oh dear. Not getting rid of your bad joke habit, though. Oh, actually, speaking of bad habits, give me just a sec. All this excitement is getting to me a bit.
Dot dot dot. I really wish I could make her stop smoking. That's that. What? Okay. So I guess Natsuki just walked off to have a cigarette. So yeah, okay. So apparently Natsuki's still smoking at this point. This is like it's the first that's been brought up this season. Classic Yuri. Yeah. I said before, I'll say it again. I mean, Yuri's if she's that interested in getting Natsuki to stop smoking, I mean, wouldn't it be a reasonable deal to say, hey, Natsuki stops smoking, Yuri stops self-harming? Since apparently both of them still have those unfortunate habits. Anyway. Shrink her height, yeah. Yeah. Should we make it stop smoking? Yep. Hard to do when, as I understand it, you haven't entirely stopped cutting yourself. Yeah, there you go. Plus with Natsuki, you can't just tell her to stop or she'll dig in her heels. That is true. You know. Hmm? I think we should... never mind for now. We shall speak of this further. And I'm back. Ready to go home? Oh? Was Yuri about to say something that she didn't want to say? Say something to Fuki that she didn't want to say in front of Natsuki? Ready to go home? Yeah, you want me to bring the car around or... Well, sis, while I love the fact that you're offering to be our valet, I am in fact capable of walking to the car. Oh, sorry, Yuri. You said ope. What was she about to say? Despite something? Not sure what they were about to say. Oh, sorry, Yuri. You go ahead. No, you. I insist. Despite the length of your legs. Similar to where I was going with it, but not precisely the same. But an excellent one. Thank you, thank you. Are you guys having done already? Not quite yet. I'll be done shortly. Ah. Oh dear. Or height jokes. Oh, long pause. Are they gone? What's Monika got going? What do you mean? Are they gone? Is she's hiding in the shadows, waiting for them to leave, or is she just aware of them due to the code and happen to be in in the same area? That seems a little upset today. Yeah. Anyway, are they gone? I want to make sure none of them saw me around here. Is this new music? They probably have all sorts of questions about what I'm doing here. It's this song. Started hearing it now and again. I like it. It feels cozy. Has this song played before? Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to talk to you briefly about this whole thing I'm doing today with Ryan. Does she feel like she has to apologize to the player or explain herself? Oh boy. Just a tiny bit, yeah. Jake's really grown, yeah. Sure. Anyway, I guess first I wanted to ask how you felt about it. Oh, I didn't touch anything, it just skipped over the choice. I was getting ready to save it. I mean, the menu disappeared while the choices were on the screen, the choices. And then, I usually when that occurs, you can still press escape to bring up the menu. But before I could do that, it just skipped past it. And what's this, hey, there you are? Is this implying that a whole bunch of time just passed for her, even though it was like a second for us? So before we went fake menu.png, yeah. Hey, there you are. I didn't expect to find you so far away from everyone. I have my reasons. Mysterious as always. Shall we head in? Definitely. Ryan is talking to us. That's actually amazing. If I didn't know you a little already, I wouldn't believe all of this. Seems hard to believe one person could do so much. Well, it did happen. Oh, I believe you. You are the legendary Monika, of which many high school stories speak. Your work ethic is pretty famous. Yeah, well, right now I'm feeling like working on a hot chocolate with sprinkles in it, on it. And then I'm going to work really hard on doing absolutely nothing. Going to get that nothing done in record time. Ha! You're a pretty hilarious gal. Really? Monika takes a sip of hot chocolate. I don't usually get people complimenting my sense of humor. I'm surprised. Seems like a good sense of humor to me. It's one of those really dry senses of humor. Really appreciate those. Stop trying so hard, right? Yeah. Good to know. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't run into each other before. Were you in any clubs in high school? Only a few. Drama club, band. Oh, do you play an instrument besides the guitar? I do, a few actually. Drums are what I did in band and various miscellaneous percussion stuff. But obviously guitar is my main instrument. I've been trying to develop my voice as an instrument, but it's been kind of hard. Yeah, typically, traditionally, the guitar is the instrument you pick up to help you pick up girls, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to work? Anyway, it's a very different approach than other music. I think I've seen you around the band and music rooms before playing piano, right? Right. I only started a little while ago. Self-taught. That's really impressive. What made you decide to learn? Oh, I had this side project I was working on, basically. Then after the side project was over, I just kept at it. I really love playing. I know exactly what you mean. I don't think I could quit music now if I tried, no matter what happened to me. Yeah, that's the feeling I have. Can't pick up chicks in a guitar? Really? Yeah, if you say so. No, I'm not that I'm an expert in either of those things. I mean, picking up chicks or playing guitar. Way too small, they don't even fit in there. Haha, sure. Anyway, that's pretty cool. They really do have everything here. They do, and believe it or not, the clothing was even reasonably cheap. Plus, the staff was super friendly. Got to try on a bunch of stuff that I never bought. Heh. Wish I could have been there. Or, I like trying on clothes myself, you see. Really? Not common to find a boy who takes his time for trying on clothes. I really do, though. Having stylish clothes is important to me, and it should be for any gentleman. I see, I see. Need to find just the right green t-shirt? Hey, green t-shirts are surprisingly difficult to find, let alone well-fitting ones. Or a tank, I hear? Right, I too wear clothes. Yeah. Well-fitting ones. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. We should probably head home. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. It was fun. It was fun. We should make a regular thing out of it. Oh? Monika proposing this now? What's going on in her mind, in her life? What's this? Anyway, I've enjoyed hanging out with someone new. Yeah, same here. I'll call you in a couple of days, so we can make a regular thing out of it. Whenever you want. Oh wow. Have a good night, Ryan. Pleasant evening, miss. She did her special pose there. Her little flirty pose there. Anyway. Miss. What a silly man. What's this blush here? Now then, just need to stay well back from him and see where he heads. He's walking back towards that plaza again, as I predicted. What is Monika up to now? She's getting all stalkerish now? What was that? Ryan always seems to spawn in the same area. Is that a game thing or yeah? Busting out the hip whip. Now you know she's serious. There you go. Wasn't evening miss? That honestly sounds sort of stuff. A short of milady. Well, yeah. Anyway, That's all for now. Burning structure backgrounds were by Minical. Burning structure backgrounds. Burning structure. Oh right. The for the the firefighter scene at the beginning. Songs in fun. Ryan's general style is perilously close to Milady. Yeah. Which I don't know. Doesn't seem to me like something that Monika would go for. But I don't know what are Monika's tastes in I don't know, potential romantic partner. I would like I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see where it goes. We haven't learned a whole lot about Ryan, but on the surface, he doesn't strike me as, oh yeah, this is someone that Monika would go for. But then again, who knows? I mean, maybe someone being like non-imposing looking is maybe that's exactly what she would go for, you know. You know, considering, I mean, you know, it could be those one of those opposite attracts kind of things. Like she's a bit controlling and domineering and intimidating, as you know, I mean, Natsuki used the word intimidating to describe her. So maybe she wants someone who's more mellow and unimposing to so they can meet halfway kind of thing. I feel like Monika's dealt with a lot of Milady type. Yeah. Yeah, this episode was sort of with Story's mom, but yeah, exactly. Not you really funny that way. He's not ethereal enough. Yeah. Are you a shattering revelation? No. Well. He's on the outside looking in, but a completely different way. Yeah. 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 But yeah, you know, it's like what's Monika's intention? Like maybe there's a definite impression that she, up to this point in the series, she really hasn't spent time with people outside of things like, you know, student council duties, or, you know, trying to wrangle stuff for the club. Like there isn't. This is the first time that she I think she's actually gone to spend a time with someone outside of club just for the sake of spending time with someone, you know, just for seemingly just for the purpose of making friends or making connections or whatever. I mean, sorry, making friends, but not necessarily for purposes of making connections, like she would for her schemes or whatnot. Just the Radiohead. She wants to. It just could be just the Radiohead. Sure, yeah. Let's go. Have a good stream. It was nice to hang out. Have a great evening. So, yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out. Great. Have a good one. She wants to make new friends. She's in college. Ryan is a good friend in her eyes, or at least that's what she has. That's what she has said to date. I mean, yes, that is indeed what she said. Text box and eye colors are so much that there's a vibe. Yeah, I commented on it earlier. Coder made the same observation. Yeah. Speaking of which, Code said that I believe it, unless his plans change, he said he's going to be streaming this episode this coming Tuesday. So it's part of the reason I wanted to get this done and out of the way so that I could watch his streams while avoiding spoilers. It's a matter of principle. If I'm gonna watch a stream, I try to have it be something that I've already played, or at least something I don't intend to play, for purpose of avoiding spoilers. Got attention by exactly replicating her season 3 mods of how pleasingly recursive to Vega. Yeah. Going to miss all this once it's over, closer and closer every week. Yeah, it's getting there. I mean, yeah, episode 41. Out of presumably 48. I mean, each episode has been, each season has been 12 episodes. Man, oh man. I mean, hopefully when this is all over, that just means you're going to move on to other things. I mean, I hope you have lots of like grand plans and stuff. I do recall you mentioned that you were hoping to use this mod series as a stepping stone on the way to making an original project. So a ton of extra follow-ups for companies in the last big collection. That's true. I mean, yeah. Frankly, there have been a lot of extras in the compilations for each of the seasons, but I can imagine it ballooning up, especially if you're trying to bring everything to a close and actually finish up all the emails when you've got a backlog that's at least 2 years long. There's probably a lot to go still. And then the other project waiting afterwards. Yep, yeah, emails, yeah. So having fun with the anime people hanging out in my brain the last 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, eh? Yeah, 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 I have thoughts and feelings about that I don't know how to express. It's, I mean, obviously DDLC has been my hyperfixation for a number of years. I mean, I made 9 mods for it. Some of the mods I didn't even expect to make. They just had an idea rattling around my head, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna make a mod out of that." You know, like it just, yeah, something I don't know, something about, like you say, these anime people hang out in my brain. You know, like they're just, it's you know, like I said, it's hyperfixation. They're kind of in there, and I just find myself imagining scenarios for them. How would they react to that situation? How would they react to this situation? What would the character interaction be like in this situation? You know, so around today is the 6-year anniversary of creating episode 1. Wow, wild. Yeah, so you started in 2019, eh? Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, I first played DDLC like shortly after it came out. That was back in 2017, and then I got into the modding community in 2018. Yeah, could do voice actors for these? Didn't know you made that many. Is there a list of yours specifically somewhere? I'd like to see some more of them. Oh, okay, yeah. I can here. I'll bring up the. This had better not crash the stream. Just bring up Firefox here. Yeah, the music stuttering as I bring up Firefox worries me. Is this about to crash? I just want to post a link in there. Basically anything that's by Tormuse on the mod list. Here we go, mod list. Each of us both have our mods listed around. I'm gonna sign, yeah. Mod list Control V. There you go. Anything on that list that says Tormuse next to it. Yeah, there are 9 of them. Let's see, in chronological order, let's see if I can remember this. There's True Literature Club, Cyrus's Note of Suicide, Christmas with Monika, Doki Doki Storm. What came after that? I think next was Yuri's New Toy, then End of the Literature Club, Gay Gay Lesbian Club, Would You Love Me? Shoot, I missed one. Oh yeah, the Turquoise. Turquoise came before Would You Love Me? I don't know why I blanked out on Turquoise. I only spent 3 years on it. So working mine, yeah, keep at it. Yeah, and you've released at least a couple demos, I think, Slay Rabbit. So you know, you've definitely got something to show for your work so far. So that's cool. You just keep at it. It'll get done eventually. Only one, but I'm working on the second one. Okay, yeah.
maybe next time, next time I stream your mod, Slayer Rabbit, I'll put some more effort, a non-zero effort into doing it with a British accent, because I know that the whole thing in MC is in that mod is that MC is supposed to be British. I had to take a pause in the middle of Turquoise. They'll love to once I got through that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Turquoise has got some real rough moments in there. Intentionally so. You have to go through the rough points to get to the comparatively happy ending. Monika sit-up seat heavy like this had to be such a pain in the ass. It wasn't that bad, not really. It was there's a bit of trial and error to get the motion right, because she does the motion of the sit-ups does do a bit of a it has a bit of a sway to the side as she's going up, but it was just like the commands are just like ease in, ease out, just put the transition anchor, the transform anchor here. Really, it's just a matter of taking existing transforms from the game and adapting them so that it was more of a sit-up motion. New characters in Fallen Free Far from Britain, yeah. I sure had to, specifically because it was done really well. Yeah, thank you. I'm over here struggling with simple buttons. Hey, I credit where it's due. The fact that it remembers your choices across episodes is a kind of neat thing you implemented in there, and the disabling the ability to save was kind of neat. Are yours under the same name as your Twitch? Oh yeah. Crazy Kaylee goes by Club Meetings Dev on the subreddit. Yeah, this is a lengthy mod. It's a very well written mod, but it's lengthy. But I appreciate that it balances quantity with quality. Some mods I can name are overly long because they're full of padding, and this doesn't feel like it. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think it's worth repeating. Like even when it's quote unquote filler slice of life stuff, you're still learning about the characters and have the characters are interacting in interesting ways, which reveal aspects about themselves. So it remains interesting. So even though it's long, it doesn't get boring. Except maybe some of the email sections. Those drag a bit. But that's not Dev's fault. Dev did as well as they could in making those sections interesting. Not sure if that list has the 3 season collections. It should. I haven't looked at it lately, but I didn't change that. I mean, I didn't change it. I when I was moderator, I had I was in charge of updating the mod list, and I never went out of my way to look up like mod listings to add to it. I mean, there are probably a ton more mods that aren't listed on that list because people didn't submit it. There's a form to submit, and I would add whatever mods that people submitted in the form. I stopped updating it after after I stepped down from my moderator duties, and I think mostly Diablo Graves has been taking over that role of updating the list, but there have been long stretches where he just wasn't doing anything with it. Like months would pass without it updating, and I volunteered to take it up again because like it took a long time for them to add turquoise on when it came out, and then it took a long time again when Would You Love Me came out, and I was annoyed. I said, can I just take over the duties just so I can put it up myself? Which is a reminder, I need to update it. I think there have been some new entries which I have to update it again. Yeah. But yeah, I volunteered. They gave me permission to. They gave me access to it again, so I can update it. Because you need to have special permission to update that particular mod list. Try running through that testing empty to better yourself with any tricky lines of code. Problem is that I write to a deadline, so I'm under some pressure not to do anything too difficult in the proper episodes if I'm going to struggle with it real world time-wise. Yeah, there's that. Although there was still 2 years in between season 3 and season 4. I would have hoped that you would have, I don't know, done something in that time. Although I know your habit is to do all the writing and coding at the same time, which I don't get that. Frankly, I feel like it might hamper you a bit because like I have to imagine that it makes it harder to plan out where the heavy coding sessions are going to go. If you have to wait until you get to that point and then do it on the fly rather than plan it out, I don't know. I tend to do hard things in the collections where I have no time pressure. Yeah. Some of my very favorite mods have been pretty short ones though, too. There's something to be said for telling exactly the story you have. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I like I said, some mods it really feels like I'm not gonna name names. Well, okay, I'll name one. Like Purist mod is one example. Another mod I could name. Okay, maybe we'll name a couple. Longer Roads is another one. It just feels like it drags. Which is not to say that nothing interesting happens. There are some interesting events in there, but there's so much filler, and it's like, why? You're putting really uninteresting details. The one that my favorite one to bring up, I've mentioned it a few times. I'm gonna just find the screenshot here. I screenshotted it. Listed from the Purist mod. Not that one. Where is it? Where's this? Bro. Here it is. This is MC and Monika going out on a date. They're like, Monika's just met MC at his house, and says, "I grab my bag with all the things I need for today in it, along with my keys, then put on my shoes. I head out the door, close it behind me, then lock it before putting the keys in my bag." That entire 3-line phrase could have been replaced with, "We went out." Like, did we need that level of detail? You know? Like, so much filler. Because, like, I don't know, I think it feels like, I guess the writers thought that if it's longer, then it's better. And, like, no. I would much rather it be shorter and to the point than have, like, pointless filler like that. You know? Sayers has noted Suicide, my favorite DLC mod, and it's very short. Yes. That is one that I'm particularly pleased with. Yes, I'm glad that one came together. It came together very well, and it just works as this well-oiled machine of a package of a mixed metaphor. It's it's just I just like how everything flows together. I like the characterizations. I mean, it's me tooting my own horn, I know, but
like I don't know, just something. Just, somehow everything about that mod just came together and worked well for me. There are some other mods that I've made which I can't say the same. But like that, there's some mods that I'm like mostly pleased with, but there's like some parts are would have liked to have done that better or what or something. Anyway, serves one of the mods behind my inspiration to make fall for you. Cool. So you commissioned Ryan's sprite in 2021 and didn't get delivery of it until 2024? So it delayed the release of Season 4 considerably? Really? See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's how it hampers... It hampers your creative process a bit if you try to... If you're that dependent on doing the writing and coding at the same time. Like me... If it was like, if the sprite's not available, then okay, I'll work around that. I'll still work on other things. I'll do the writing portion, and then implement the sprite when it comes along. Yeah. But I don't know. That's your way of doing things. If that's what works for you, then power to you, I guess. I was busy they were, but they did finish it eventually. Really wanted them to make it since they did a good job with Misita, yeah. There are 9 or so characters that need spice per mod. Ooh, wow. Ambitious. Tried longer roads and it would definitely benefit from some significant trimming down. Yeah. So including any additional outputs they may have. Oh, wow. Okay. Artists in the club meetings art roster are honestly having a rough go of it lately. I mean, yeah, yourself included, Spooky Waters. Going to have to axe a planned CG just because no one is going to be able to do it, huh? Hopefully Jonathan can fix the final CG. Okay, very cool. Felt like a lot of LR's Longer Roads events felt fillery as well, to be honest. Yes, very true. So I want Jonathan to take care of himself? Yes. That is important, because yeah, he's in a bit of a rough state. You ever seen Cardboard Box? It's somewhat newer, really short, but very good. Cardboard Box? Is that the name of a mod? I'm not familiar with that at all. That is completely off my radar. I'm not aware of it at all. Going forward, so up the sprite after waiting a long while. Just put in show Ryan turn to Hap CMOE and fixing all the Ryan pose later. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's, yeah, I mean, there you go. Like, if anything, use some kind of filler until you get sorted out. Anyway, let's get through these credits here. Bring structures, backups for by Minical, sound effects from Freesound, guitar piece for Sari's Mom is Lagrima by Francisco Targa in the public domain. The particular arrangement in this episode is by -0. Oh, hey. That's neat. I've seen them around the club meeting server. Okay, you can email Monika at the club at lit.clubs.prez.monika@gmail.com. See you next time. And that's it. We're dumped back to the menu. Seems some choices can be undone. Anyway, cool. Okay, yeah. So we moved forward with the whole Monika date thing with our non-date with Ryan. She insists that she just wants to make friends. You know, with her established character, it's possible that she has some ulterior motives. I mean, like, it would seem that she had ulterior motives, like, surrounding Rhea, for instance. Like, it's seemingly implied that Rhea being trapped in the time loop is somehow integral to Monika's plan to, you know, keep the club functioning and in turn keep the simulation functioning. Although, I mean, Rhea being stuck in the time, for all we know, that could just be a backup plan of Monika's, like, that she sees as a sad necessity or something. But, you know, I mean, it's not out of the question. It wouldn't be completely out of the ordinary for Ryan to be some other similar scheme that's tied to something. And I don't know. Or, you know, hey, you know, maybe we can just take it at face value, and maybe Monika really is just interested in making friends outside of the club and just, you know, trying to find out what it's like to have friends who aren't in the know about the whole simulation and all that. So some choices can never be done. Yeah. Some choices can't be done at all. Yeah, because Ryan interrupts. Yeah. Hey, that's how I. And that's how I woke up in a bathtub missing a kidney. Yes, there you go. That's a choice that can't be undone. Um, yeah. Yeah. What can I say about that? I mean, like in the original game, I mean, Monika, you know, unalives all her friends and clubmates because, you know, ostensibly because they aren't real and don't matter, and the player is the only one that matters in her mind, and you know, and the like season, particularly in season 3 and 4, it seems to be putting a lot of focus on Monika becoming increasingly disillusioned about her obsession with the player, and so you know maybe she really is just trying to settle in and decide that, hey, you know, maybe it's worth seeing if there's something I can find here, just in this game world here. I mean, which is sort of the plot of Turquoise, really. I mean, in that mod, Monika is, as much as she's obsessed with the player, she starts the mod, uh, sort of coming to terms with this notion that you know, maybe I should just settle for Sayuri, but still being in constant conflict with that notion. She, like, you know, the like Turquoise is basically all about, as much as it's a Sayuri point of view mod, it's all about the real plot is all about Monika's internal conflict. You know, having these feelings for Sayuri and on some level valuing her, but just trying to come to terms with that, because she's constantly fighting with herself, like trying to remind herself, no, she's not real, it doesn't matter, but she nevertheless has feelings for her, and you know, maybe there's something like that going on with Ryan, for all we know. But I don't know. I like I said, Ryan just seems like a rather unimposing character so far. He's just you know, kind of hangs out, goes with the flow, plays Radiohead music apparently. You know, one thing that breaks her obsession. We'll see. We'll see. I also have to give you credit for the comedy of the black bars in Turquoise. That's a big total. Yeah. Thanks. I was worried that the black bar thing would seem unoriginal, because I know there's another mod that did the same thing. There's a mod called Natsuki and Chill, which features a scene where Natsuki has black bars in front of her, you know, for censorship purposes. But yeah, I mean, mostly, I mean, okay, obviously the naked Monika sprite in Turquoise is like very fan servicey thing, but I also wanted to show Monika having some impressive abs, so that it's another thing for Sayuri to focus on, and you know, be self-conscious about her body, because that's one of Sayuri's conflicts. Her body dysmorphia and how it leads to her bulimia and all that, and seeing Monika being really fit is like, oh crap, I just feel so inadequate in comparison, kind of deal. Oh, yeah, the abs, yeah. Where was I? What was I saying? I should really see about wrapping up the stream here, because there's going to be an ad break in another like 8 minutes or so. So I should probably see about who can I raid. There are lots of people streaming right now. Sorry, just bear with me. Could raid Afro Zero. He's not playing DDLC right now. He looks like he's playing Honkai Star Rail. I believe that's a gacha game. He's an avid DDLC mod streamer. Pretty well known in the DDLC community. I don't think he likes me much. I got into an argument about same-sex ships in the in mods at one point. Well, a couple points really. He doesn't like same-sex ships in mod. Whatever. But he's a popular Doki tuber, so let's give him a raid. Nice Morphe was a nice touch there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she had issues with body in the base game. Yeah, I don't think it's touched on a whole lot in the original game, but yeah, it was an easy headcanon to come up with. Yeah. Okay, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Yeah, oh yeah, he's entitled to his opinion. It's fine. So it's whatever. It's normal for different people to like different things, as I always say. Yeah, so I'll just bring my DDLC mod audience over to another DDLC streamer, even if he's not playing DDLC mod right now. Yeah. Final thoughts. What else can I say? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot I could say. Crazy Kelly made the comment earlier about how they're going to miss this when it's done, and there's a lot that I can say about that. Some complex feelings with the idea of letting go of a hyperfixation. But it's probably better if I save that for when we're closer to the end. Yeah, after this, with this done, I'm probably going to go back to playing Civilization 6. So I'll get back to streaming that shortly. It's a complex game, but I'm still having fun with that. Need something I can play with one hand. But that's all for now. Until next time.